Hey, beautiful friend. Welcome back to the Meant to Bloom podcast. It's the personal growth podcast for hot mess moms. This is the show where we talk about real life motherhood struggles, plus simple steps and strategies to take control of your life, drop the mom guilt, strengthen your sanity, and start to unblock your joy. Join me and take a journey from overwhelmed to overjoyed, from hot mess to happy mom. I'm here to walk with you as you create the life that you're meant to be living, full of peace, joy, and love. This is a safe space to drop the expectations of others, plant yourself firmly in the truth of who you really are, embrace the crap that you've been buried under, and start the process of discovering how you're meant to bloom. I'm your host, Brittni Clarkson. Today, I really want to talk about some simple habits that are going to help you live your life on purpose instead of on autopilot. Um, I think too much of our time we spend like reacting to the situations we're in, and it gets overwhelming. I, like I've been spending a lot of time back on Pinterest, and I'm seeing so many of these articles and things that are overwhelming to me when it comes to personal growth and change. And it's like 50 habits for your morning and like extravagant lists. And it just feels like there's so much to do. And it's like, it makes my whole life feel like it's just a checklist when I start to apply all those things. Um, and sometimes I create these kinds of checklists for myself, even where it's like, I'm just trying to get things under control, whether it's the home or myself or just in motherhood, in my daily to-dos, my schedule, whatever. Like, I feel like sometimes it just becomes like you're living for your checklist. It's like working for your paycheck. But like as a stay-at-home mom. So it's like there's not even a paycheck to show. So it feels like you're getting absolutely nothing done. Am I right? Like, have we all been there? And I really hate the feeling of when my life starts to become a checklist. And that's why I don't keep a habit tracker. Because all it does is make me feel like my entire life is a checklist. And I'm just here to do things and judge myself if I don't do enough. Have we all been there? Life is meant to be lived, it's meant to be experienced, it's meant to be enjoyed. Like it's a journey, not a destination, right? Okay, so I want to share with you 5 simple habits that you can actually start applying that don't feel like a huge checklist to do. And I want you to do like slow growth. I want you to think of one thing you can do. And this list, I'm not saying go forth today and check all 5 things off this list every single day. No, I want to inspire you to choose one thing that you want to work on and just take it like one step at a time. Just do one thing at a time and really focus on the idea of slow growth that you're just going to build and you're starting with this firm foundation and you're just going to do one on top of the other. Like if you're climbing a ladder, you don't want to just do it as fast as you can because then you slip and you fall and you backtrack and we don't want to lose momentum. We don't want to lose our balance. We don't want to fall down. Take it one little thing at a time. And I'm talking keep it simple. Don't start with something big. That has been my biggest error when I was trying for years and years and years to like get somewhere because my life was just an absolute wreck. Everything felt like it was falling apart all the time. And I kept trying to fix everything all at once. It was finally when I took the advice to go slow, just do one thing at a time. When I finally started doing that, I was finally able to build the habits one at a time. And 5 years later, my life is in significantly a different place. Like everything about my life has shifted and changed and grown. And it's been such a beautiful experience because I finally took that advice to go for slow growth. And I finally don't qualify myself as a hot mess mom. My life is not completely overwhelming. It's not falling apart. Like I finally feel good where I am. And this has been the last few years. So it's been more than 5 years that I started feeling really good about where I am. But 5 years later, like make a 5 year plan for yourself. I'm serious. Think about who you want to be 5 years from now and take one teeny tiny little step to get you there. And then once you've taken that step, mastered it, do another, right? Don't try to do all of it at one time. Keep it simple, keep it easy, or you're not going to stick to it. If you haven't stuck to it in the past, you're not going to stick to it now. You have to try something different to get you to the destination that you want. While we're at that, also think about what the destination is and if it's actually you that wants it or someone else who wants it for you, or just that the world expects it for you, right? Um, Make sure it's aligned with your heart and where you're going is where you actually want to go and where you're actually meant to be. All right, because we're not all meant to live the same lives. We're absolutely not. Um, like some of us are meant to like 100% be a homemaker, homesteader, homeschooler, and all that. Some of us are meant to be entrepreneurs. Some of us are meant to actually leave the house and go to work. Some of us aren't even meant to have kids. And I hope you don't have kids if that's you. Like, I hope you don't have kids and then find out that you were not really meant to be a mom, because I don't really believe that's possible. I think once you become a mom, it changes your brain chemistry and it's like, no, I am a mom now. This is me. Um, but anyways, let's not open that big old can of worms. But I want to share with you 5 simple like daily things you can do that you can start like right now that can actually promote change in your life. Okay, number 1 is make your bed. That is super simple to do. Just make your bed when you get up. And it doesn't have to be made nicely. I don't make my bed perfectly. It doesn't look like a hotel room. It's not like crisp. It's not military, like I just fold up the blanket and I put the decorative pillow on top. One decorative pillow. That's what I have to simplify things. Um, I have one body pillow that has like an ornate pillowcase, so it adds some depth and like it makes it look interesting and full by putting one body pillow that's got a nicely designed pillowcase on it. So that's a simple hack. Make your bed, make it so much easier, still make it look nice. And so I just flatten out my blanket, flatten out the blanket, fluff the pillows. Boom, done, easy. It takes me less than 30 seconds to make the bed every day. Not a big deal. Like we can do that, right? And it doesn't even have to be first thing in the morning. If you walk in your room and realize your bed's not made, just right there, make it easy. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just, you know, make it a little bit. It'll change things. Okay, another habit is to drink water first in the morning. This one is hard. I don't do this one 100%, absolutely, because there's some days where I'm just like, nope, I want coffee number 1. But the days that I do force myself to drink water first, it's like it just sets up your day like on a whole new level. All right, if you haven't tried it, try it. Ice cold water, lemon water, whatever your thing is. Um, just have like a little bit, even if it's a tiny glass, just like start your day with hydration um, before the coffee. It will it will change things. There's a lot of studies that go about drinking water first thing in the morning before coffee, not drinking coffee on an empty stomach, all of that, but I don't want to get into that. I'm just saying a simple habit, start drinking a little bit of water before anything else in the morning. All right. And go for a quick walk. That's number 3. Just a quick walk. Doesn't have to be long. Go to the end of your driveway, go to the mailbox. Um, just really simple. Get a little bit of fresh air. Build that habit of like leaving your house intentionally without like taking all the kids and all the bags and getting into the car the whole time. Just take a short walk where you are present to the fact that you are outside. Look around, enjoy the changing scenery of the season, take some deep breaths of that crisp fall air. Like, do yourself a favor. Um, just do a quick, easy walk. Doesn't even have to be timed, doesn't have to be anything impressive. Just building that tiny habit of actually taking the walk, especially if you keep wanting to do workouts and exercising and intentional movement, but you never do it because it just isn't appealing. It isn't fun. It seems like it's too big of a deal to change into your workout clothes, to find time to do it and all that. Just adding in a simple walk, it's going to start carving out the time in your day for intentional movements, for working out, for exercising, whatever it is. I like to refer to it as intentional movement because I hate the idea of working out, hate the idea of exercising. I'm not here to like build muscle and do weight loss and all of that because that gets me into like this really toxic mindset. But if I say I'm going to get in some intentional movement today, to me, that's just being like aware of my body and moving energy physically through it so that I'm not getting tight muscles and I'm not getting joint issues and things like that. Number four is to clear surfaces. This is something that can take a lot of time at the beginning, but if you just choose one surface to clear it and keep it clear, and I'm not even talking perfection, I mean like you can go to your most used bathroom and just take everything off the counter and hide it under the sink. Yeah, decluttering experts will tell you not to do that. But I'm here to tell you a clear surface when you walk into a room, it changes the vibe. Okay. I cleared the surfaces in my kitchen, and I typically like nothing belongs on my kitchen counters except for like coffee maker and toaster because I have space for them. But if my kitchen counters are totally cleared and everything that's on them just doesn't belong and it's like it's dishes that I need to put away and things like that, just knowing that when I reset my kitchen and those counters are clean, walking in there, it's like I can take on anything today throws at me. It changes the vibe of a room to have the surfaces cleared. And I would say just pick one important surface to clear it and then keep it cleared every day. Like every time you see it, just reset it to zero and let that be the new normal. Um, and then number five, this one is a toughie because this one takes a lot of self-awareness and it takes discipline. Um, Journal when you want to avoid feeling anything. I have come out of a depressive episode where I was numbing out things a lot. I didn't want to feel stuff. I didn't want to confront anything going on in my life. Um, and so I'm like watching a lot of TV or zoning out and playing games on my phone or scrolling social media on my phone. And if I just stop and I take the time to journal, it's going to force me to confront the things that I am trying not to confront, what I'm avoiding. Because avoiding things in your life leads to disalignment and it can lead to a lot of just a lot of different kind of yucky feelings, resentments, depression, um, just a lot of things. And when you start numbing out the negative feelings, you kind of become blind to the good feelings too. Like when you are trying not to feel anything negative or process the negative feelings, they kind of stay there. But it's like you can't numb out the negative feeling without numbing out the positive feeling too. And you just sort of start to feel nothing. Like everything just feels less. And that's not what life is about. Life is about feeling fully and completely and being present and here and actually experiencing the human experience, right? Which is a lot of feeling. So, journaling when it's the last thing you want to do is one of the best habits that you can get into. And I will admit, it's not always easy because, I mean, it's doing something you know you need to do when you don't want to. So, finding the motivation and the drive and the discipline to actually do it, it can be difficult, but it really just comes down to deciding what's the life you want to be living right now. What do you really want to do right now? Do you want to prolong the suffering or do you want to face it, confront it, and move on with your life? But those are just five simple sort of, yeah, it got heavy, but those are five simple sort of habits that you can add into your life to start living on purpose instead of on autopilot. And I want to keep today short by ending it here. So I love you, my beautiful friend. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me today, and I will catch you on the next episode.
Are you feeling totally buried in responsibility and burnt out on showing up? Been there, and I created this totally free bundle of resources for you. You have to get the Get Started Guide if you haven't already. If you're ready to strip off the unnecessary baggage and limiting beliefs you've been carrying around, if you are so done making things more difficult than they need to be, if you're ready for guilt-free rest and enjoyment in your life, you need the Get Started Guide. This instant download is full of my favorite resources: the Mindset Makeover, the Stress Less Toolkit, and my super trendy and adorable kitchen templates to make meals and groceries a little bit simpler and a whole lot prettier. The Get Started Guide is made up of tools and practices to help you cope with stress and anxiety. And because so much of your happiness is determined by your mindset, this instant download is what you need to start thinking about the way that you think so you can overcome what's overwhelming you, take control of your days, and love the life you've got. Get your free download of the Get Started Guide today and get started loving your life. Find it in the description below.